Pokémon Shield is the game that got me back into mainline Pokémon, and I haven't played through the story of this game since 2021. So just as a bit of fun, and to feel some joy in the times we're living in, I thought I'd start a fresh save, and enjoy a full playthrough again. And I'm bringing you guys along for the ride once again. Settle in, grab some snacks, and let's head to the Galar region. I can tell I'm going to be paying extra special attention to the interiors this go around. I miss having interiors. The memories of this early section are so vivid. I think this art style is my favourite in the mainline games so far. Let's have a little nosy around Hop's house. I said I was going to inspect the interiors more. This looks great. I love this. I love how you can instantly tell whose room is whose. Jesus, Leon, do you have enough caps here? I also had way too many caps as a kid. Not this many though. I'm just realising that Route 1 in Galar is basically Route 1 in Kalos, just with a tiny U-bend on the right hand side. Time to meet the champ. Call me cringe, but I actually kinda like that signature pose. And of course he has a Charizard, because Pokemon were leaning insanely hard into nostalgia at this point. The Galar starters. I've grown on these starters more and more over the years. I used to only like Scorbunny, but they're all pretty solid. I'm gonna go for Scorbunny because that's what I went with on my first ever playthrough. Nicknames. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna nickname all my Pokemon just very British things. Scorbunny is a footballer, so we'll go with Wembley, which is the National Football Stadium in London. I remember when I first saw that Hop had 2 Pokemon against our 1 here, and I was like, oh god, they've made Pokemon games harder. How innocent I was. Okay, let's go on an adventure. Well, a very heavily supervised adventure for the next hour or so. Oh, I forgot about this bit. Why do I always forget about this bit? This is a spooky place. There's my boy. I always preferred Zamazenta over Zacian, and for the longest time, it really felt like I was the only one. I'm seeing a lot more Zamazenta love around nowadays though, so that makes me very happy. The camera should not linger on these models for this long, they look kinda lifeless here. Most aesthetically pleasing Pokemon lab we've had so far. Sonia's theme is maybe my favourite track in this game too, it's very whimsical. The Pokemon Center, a proper Pokemon Center with a front door and an interior. I don't think I've noticed the massive TV screens up there before. Oh my god, I'm already sick of Hop stopping us every 15 yards. 20 Pokeballs to start off with. I remember when we used to get 5. Kids these days don't know how good they have it. Yeah, I'll catch a Yamper. What do I name this guy? I tell you what, there's a seaside town in the northwest known for its yearly illuminations along the promenade. Let's name Yamper after the coastal town of Blackpool. Boop, boop. Surprisingly satisfying taking those detours to grab the items. Is Magnolia the most absent professor we've ever had? Like, I get that she's on the cusp of retirement, but I feel like this is the only meaningful interaction we have. I'm enjoying the golden hour glow here. This game really shines in the evening. Easy peasy. Oh, the plot armor. Although I do like this more than if the professor just gave us the wishing stars. Sonia should have been made the professor at this point. That would have been a lot cooler, I think. Dynamax Band. I wonder if you can buy these as merch somewhere. They'd make pretty good sweatbands. Okay, let's head to the train station. Still a fair bit more intro stuff to do though. This game holds your hand so explicitly at the start, it's funny. I remember thinking these little cutscenes were cool. I've never properly done the camping stuff in these games. It's weird how insanely optional they are. Here we are, guys. Look at this, eh? Are we impressed? Oh my god. Game Freak had no idea just how famous this specific tree would end up being. Ooh, I'll take a Wingull. Welcome to the squad. I'm going to call Wingull Chippy because seagulls in the UK are notorious for swooping down and stealing people's chips from the fish and chip shop. Fries for any Americans out there. The wild area isn't bad, it's just emptier than it should be. It needed more interesting stuff. Moto Stoke. See, look at the character of this place. Everything's so intentional because of the fixed camera. Oh, let's make sure we get this important key item. A very easy to miss key item, just to have the basic ability to control the game volume. Wild decision. Hey, ball guy. Oh, smooth. This is like one of those spot the main character memes. Everyone's in uniform, apart from Bede and Marnie. Another football thing, choosing the number on the back of our shirt. Bit of Craig lore, the number 64 is kind of my number, because it's a number that just used to show up everywhere for me as a kid. So whenever I have a choice of number for anything like this, I go with 64. Oh yeah, this is where we literally get escorted next door. Like, no exaggeration, literally the building next door. So unnecessary, man. I kind of want this statue as a figurine. Mad how the legends somehow changed from 2 Pokemon heroes to 1 human hero. Something to explore in a Legends game in the future? Oh, here we go. How do we feel about Team Yell? They're the most unserious team we've ever had. I love how these new Pokemon feel like they're specifically made for Team Yell though. Oh, here she is, the Hot Topic Queen. They tend to get a bit shirty. That's proper British lingo. Means you're ready for a fight. Okay, ready for the final part of this crazy long tutorial section. I wonder if we'll get escorted back next door. Oh my god, I was kidding. Wait, I can literally... We teleported 20 feet. This is what the game is all about for me. These big stadium atmospheres. I miss this a lot in Scarlet and Violet. VGC in particular needs this. What a lineup of gym leaders this game has too. Opal still scares me a bit. Oh, hello. Did anyone else not clock the antagonistic vibes from Chairman Rose early on? I feel really stupid for it, but I genuinely didn't clock anything until way later on. Oh, what a lovely send-off. None of you knew who I was 10 minutes ago. Historically, this hot battle is the one that tripped me up the most, because I always forget about it and run into it unprepared. Hard to lose these early battles with Scorbunny though, lots of super effective hits. Oh... Fantastic middle stage evolution. Underrated. I like that the world isn't open, but this building in particular, I was annoyed that I couldn't get to. Galar Mine is cool. I miss having multiple proper caves in Pokemon games. And this is coming from someone who didn't use repels until 2021. Bead. This guy single-handedly saves the rival situation in these games for me. Okay, I might not have been crazy prepared for this one. Just about got there. This Geoglyph's got to take some serious maintenance to stop grass from growing over it. The questions we're not supposed to ask. Oops, that's not the right way. I swear I know these games really well, guys. I think I said Sonia's theme was my favourite earlier, but it's probably a tie between that and Turfield. I was obsessed with this track when I first played this game. Okay, let's get that first badge. I know opinions are a little split on these gym challenges, but I think Sword and Shield did pretty well. Yeah, like, this gives us just enough to think about, you know? We're here to challenge the gym leader at the end of the day, but this is a neat little mini-game to get us there. This shouldn't cause us any issues. Wembley should be sweeping here. Oh, this thing's got some bulk. Jeez. Run out of Dynamax. I need to remember that this isn't terastallization. It wears off after 3 turns. Down you go. First badge in the bag. Oh, the hours I have spent running in circles here. Team Yell aren't really villains, but it's crazy that they are willing to break the law just to support Marnie. We got the bike. I miss the bike so much. Riding on Pokemon is fine, but this is just so synonymous with the Pokemon experience for me. Hulbury is kind of underrated, I think. Very pretty town. Did anyone else think Chairman Rose was in his underwear here? Those shorts look like boxer shorts to me. I'm pretty sure I've had a pair that looks something like that. Bear with me guys, just got a quick date at the lighthouse. Oh, I struck out. How did that guy get up there? This gym's always a laugh. I am terrible at this gym puzzle. For some reason, I just never remember it. Easy part, fine, dead easy. Or I thought it was. Okay, it's over this side where I get stuck in circles. Right, do I need to go back down here? Nope. Oh, I've locked myself in. Okay, might be getting there. Aha! Persistence is everything in life. Okay, Nessa, time to make you regret walking out on our date earlier on. I've Dynamaxed first turn again. That could come back to bite me. We're doing alright, actually. I'm a bit underleveled, actually. Oh god. Oh god. Stalled out the Dynamax. It's too tanky. Yep, we've lost. Damn it. Okay, Blackpool is a Boltund now. Severely underrated Pokemon, by the way. Oh, please don't tell me I have to do the gym challenge again. I can't remember if I have to. Oh, thank God we don't have to. Round 2. Okay, Craig, don't Dynamax straight away this time. Oh yeah, we've got this no problem. Crazy how much difference a couple of levels and an evolution can make. Yeah, serves you right, Nessa, walking out on our little lighthouse date. Although I would give you another chance. Another cool interior. It's like Rose gets a little more sussy in appearance every time we see him. He's got the whole shades thing going on now. I love how the welcome desk is a ship. This is all so cool to say this is literally the only time we're in this building in the whole game. Off to Galar Mine number 2. Great name. Bede has such blue energy. I love it. Oh, he uses great balls too. Didn't notice that. Big fan. A rival made for me. Blackpool is quickly becoming an integral part of this playthrough, and I am very happy about that. I've used him more than my starter so far. Oh, Chippy's evolving. Barely being used so far, but that should change very soon. I think Kabu should have leaned more into the coal mining thing. I think that was a missed opportunity in a way. We never see this core coal of his ever again, I don't think. I have never used a Galarian Weezing before, so let's grab ourselves a Coughing. I already know what I'm going to call him actually. Coughing is going to be called Fawkes, after Guy Fawkes. Connected to Bonfire Night here in the UK. Smoky Pokemon. There's a logic in there somewhere. There's something very satisfying about coming full circle in a Pokemon game. We're back in Motorstoke. Hey Marnie. I love how whenever there isn't an appropriate battle environment, they just throw us into the hyperbolic time chamber. Morpeko is one of the cooler Pikachu clones for sure. I actually just found a shiny one in Pokemon Violet recently. Oh, hello, we've got a little fan club outside again. We're famous, but only in Motorstoke apparently. This gym is Chippy's time to shine. Light work. It is weird that Kabu doesn't have the Carkol we saw him training with earlier. Center Scorch. What a cool Pokemon. I feel maybe a little bit forgotten about. This game has a few of those, I think. Well, I was right. Chippy did the business for us there. This is where the game kinda splits in two for me. We've defeated Grass, Water and Fire gyms, and now the game's gonna stop babying us as much. It's like a new chapter. I honestly would have been happy with just having Bede as a rival, I'm just gonna say it. Let's see what we can find in the northern wild area. I could do with bulking up the team a little bit. Rhyhorn, okay. I've never played with a Rhyperior, so if I do a little trade with myself, I can make that happen. One more, as long as this doesn't crit. What? Oh my god, it actually did. I can't believe I just jinxed myself like that. Here we go, let's try again. Will a single water gun knock it out? Yep. Okay, luckily there were 2 Rhyhorns standing here. You guys are probably thinking, what is this moron doing right now? Okay, I am going to be really careful here. We're catching this one, I promise. Okay, perfect. Shall I try my 1 Friend Ball on this guy? Yeah, screw it. Nice! A Rhyhorn and a Friend Ball. Let's call him Bricky. It's a nickname for builders and bricklayers in the UK. Hammerlock. This place goes so hard. I wish there was somewhere in the UK that looked like this. I swear, his shorts look more and more like underwear the longer I look at them. That makes me sound weird for looking at them. This place is so medieval looking, I love it. It's time for some lore. We need a Legends Darkest Day game, 100%. Imagine how cool that would be. Team Yell are just finding any excuse to try and slow the trainers down. Team Yell are generally quite easy to beat, but I remember doing a Ghost only run during Halloween a couple of years ago, and they were the biggest problem during that run. Oh, this is where we start to see Hop getting a little more interesting as a character. My favourite thing about this route is seeing how everything around you freezes in time when you climb a ladder. No idea which part of the UK this town is based on. I feel like I'm in Tunisia or something. Let's get Wembley evolved before we go to the next gym. Okay, while doing a little extra training, I found a Ditto raid, and I've never used a Ditto before. So why not? We might not end up keeping it for long, but it might come in clutch at some point. Let's call him Beans, because baked beans go with anything, and so does Ditto. We have a full team of 6 now. I'm pretty happy with this. Like I said, Beans might not last forever, but we'll see. Okay, gym time. Oh, this gym. I find this gym puzzle way more fun than I should do. There's something so satisfying about doing this puzzle. Oh, here comes the best part. Yeah! dopamine. I've missed Alistair. Like I mentioned, this is only my second time I'm playing through Shield version. I'm so used to seeing B here. This is another Blackpool sweep, isn't it? Gigantamax Gengar is horrifying. Love it. Easy peasy. Ding. Officially halfway there. Oh, this was crazy. Bede getting disqualified from the gym challenge. The boy was too eager to please, getting those wishing stars. I think this definitely exposed a deep desire for adoration from Bede. He's stuck up and savage, but he really wants to be applauded at the same time. Eek! Another monument I'd love to see as a figurine of some sort. Looks really cool. Genuinely, I don't think these games get enough credit for their backstory and lore. I think the execution just wasn't great, especially later on. It's a shame. This looks insane though. As if that's just been hiding behind a mural this whole time without anyone discovering it. Now here's a whimsical area. See this here, this is where non-open world games with a fixed camera shine. Because, like, being able to look directly upwards in here would break the illusion entirely. There are some really far out looking towns in these games. This is like so fantasy-esque. It's just so full of character though. Like nothing in Scarlet and Violet could hold a candle to this. A couple of evolutions before we continue. As you can see, I've been grinding a few raids again. Galarian Weezing, let's go. I've seen this being used in VGC a little bit lately. And Bricky is now a Rhydon. The team's looking more formidable. Gym number 5. This gym challenge is just rubbish, isn't it? It's like they couldn't think of one. My favourite part is when a gym trainer walks off screen, and then the exact same character model walks straight back on. Fox is getting stuck in for the first proper time here, actually. Okay, Opal, put him up. Fox might not last the whole battle, but he should get most of the job done. A big chimney against a big cake. Pokemon in the modern era. Nice. We're flying through these gyms now. Bede and Opal do genuinely look like they could be related. That's a cursed image. This is the start of the game keeping secrets from us. It's like, just when something interesting is about to happen, Leon is like, nah, don't worry, I'll handle it. You just keep pushing on to the next gym. This route is where I found my first ever full odds shiny. I randomly ran into a shiny Inkay right here. Like that one. Route 8 is the most out of place route in the Galar region. It just isn't aesthetically connected to anything around it. It's dead weird to me. Sirchester. This place gives Christmas movie vibes. Some people like to say that this guy here is the Team Rocket boss, Giovanni. What do you reckon? I'm gonna finally customize my clothes while I'm here. Yeah, that'll do. Gym number 6. I usually just plow forward here and let myself fall, but for fun, I'm actually gonna try this time. Oops, great start. Only fell down the 1 there at the beginning. Dead chuffed with that. Ooh, so close. Oh god. Oh, for god's sake, it's all going wrong. Not as good that time, but still could have been worse. Oh well, I'm definitely just YOLOing through this part. I'm actually doing okay here. Seriously, surprised myself there. Just goes to show, don't think, just do. Okay, Melanie, I can only apologise for what's about to happen. I genuinely don't remember Lapras having a Gigantamax form. Pretty sick. Down she goes. Another one in the bag. I feel like I've beaten 3 gyms in like 45 minutes here. We're standing here in the restaurant waxing about the legendary heroes, and the guy in the back here is just like, you guys gonna order anything? Hop having both Dubwool and Corviknight has made me realise the Route 1 Pokemon in these games are actually pretty powerful. Like, they're useful throughout the whole game. That's quite rare. Well, Hop seems to have perked back up again for now, so that's nice. This was a great way of getting around the Surf HM. I tend to get lost a fair bit on this route as well. Down here, I think? Oh, that's the fastest I've ever done that water route. What a wild tactic to stop gym challenges, just shutting the entrance to the town. Mad that no one had the idea of simply checking around the side though. Yeah, sure, we'll have a quick warm-up battle with Marnie. Marnie has a very odd team. It's not really filled with fan favourites, is it? Oh, you're gonna hate what I'm about to say here. Spikemuth was my favourite town in Sword and Shield, conceptually. Obviously, it's quite boring in practice. I think even if Spikemuth had a camera that looked forwards instead of side on, that would do a lot for it. Okay, Piers, let's boogie. Probably should just use forks here, but there's no Dynamax happening in Spikemuth, so let's just play around. Obstagoon, eek. You know what, it has grown on me a bit. I really didn't like it at first though. I made that very hard for myself, but it was fun. Just one more badge to go. Kaboom. Oh, what a surprise. Leon's got a handle on it. Let me be part of the game. Route 9 tunnel. Iconic, really. I come back here all the time. Yay, Leon saved the day. Oh, full circle moment again. One more gym. One more gym. No gym challenge here either. Well, could you class double battles as a gym challenge? Turtonator. Another one of those Pokemon I routinely forget exists. Kinda weird though, because I actually really like it. I'm really liking the theme here of pairing a dragon Pokemon with just the most random thing they can think of. Okay, I think I'll get through this alright. If there's any gym leader to lose against for me, it is usually the final one. I just tried using Spark on Flygon. I've been playing for too long today. Are you sure you're a dragon type trainer, Rayhan? What's happening here? Oh, here comes the shard. This has become a battle of the Dons. Rhydon versus Duraludon. Beans is getting a cameo. I genuinely think this is the first time I've used it. Now we also have a Duraludon. Well, it's Duraludon against Duraludon now. We can actually take him out here. Yes! Beans actually came in clutch. And there we go, all 8 badges. This was a really nice moment. I still wish Sonia was the professor from the start. This is why we need Sword and Shield sequels. Legends, sequels, can you tell I like this region? Here we are again. I wish we used the trains more often in these games, because there are train stations in most towns I want to say, but the flying taxis kinda nullified them. Route 10. See, this is what Route 8 should have been more like as well. How many trainers are there on this route? Yay, finally. I was so excited seeing Wyndham for the first time. This is peak Pokemon City design in my opinion. Do we just jump straight into the Champion Cup matches? I think I'm good to go. Marnie is our first battle. Gotta hand it to her, she really does stick with her team in these games. Easy pickings so far. Now we're talking. Didn't even have to Dynamax there. I'm over leveled a little bit, but I think it'll balance back out once we get to Leon for sure. GG's Marnie. I believe Hop is next. Don't be getting me all sentimental, Hop. I'm a sucker for that stuff. Still rocking the Wooloo from the very start. Gotta respect it. I know exactly where you caught that Snorlax, Hop. Just over the bridge in the wild area. Pinkachin, that's a bold choice. Starter versus starter. Let's end this thing how we began. How long has Leon been holding that pose waiting for us? It throws me off not having an Elite Four of sorts in this game. I can never tell how far I am from the end. Yeah, this part makes no sense. You can tell the writers fumbled their way through this part. Like, okay, Leon's talking to Chairman Rose right now. You don't want them to be disturbed. Just tell us when he'll be done. Why are you setting up a weird goose chase to obtain a key? This part was funny. Piers doing a street performance. This was a very Pokemon way of getting past a problem. Rose Tower. This gets turned into a battle tower after the main game, doesn't it? I've never used it though. I'd love to know why any building would require an elevator this big. Chairman Rose's executive space. Space is the right word. There's nothing up here. Oh, she's lost it. Oh, that's why. We're having Dynamax battles up here, are we? That tone shift as soon as she loses is kind of adorable, actually. I don't know why they decided to do this little cinematic slideshow here, but I'm really glad they did because it's really beautiful. See, after all that, Leon's finished here anyway. We could have just waited at the hotel. Uh-oh, he's gonna do an evil, guys. What a nice interior this hotel is as well. We're back again. Hey, it's all the gym leaders. It makes sense that the gym leaders would want to be the champion, but what happens to their gym if that happens? Stop the show! So the moral of the story here, guys, is that you don't necessarily have to earn your way onto the big stage. You can just show up and make a scene about having a score to settle, and you're in the action, baby. Boom. He does have a gnarly team in this final battle. See, even the audience is on his side now. Crime pays. Please don't actually let that be the lesson you take from this video. I wouldn't mind staying brand friendly. Hello again, Nessa. Have the views from the lighthouse been lonely without me? This is deja vu. Blackpool mowing down Nessa's entire team. We don't talk about the first battle where I lost though. Yay! Alistair, Halloween icon. Swiftly dispatched. Rayhan, are you going to use some actual dragons this time? Torkoal? So clearly the answer is no. Where do you catch a Turtonator in this game? I don't think I've ever encountered one, come to think of it. It's another Battle of the Dons. Boom! Wait, why haven't I evolved Bricky yet? He should be a Rhyperior by this point. Okay, now for the final battle, which will definitely go 100% as planned with no interruptions. Oh damn it. I love how casually he says it. Just letting you know, I'm bringing about the darkest day. It's crazy, by the way, that something that won't be a problem for another 1,000 years couldn't wait one more day. The Slumbering World is like the Forbidden Forest of the Pokemon world, isn't it? Oh, here they come. How can you not love this legendary duo? This, I think, is the prettiest place in the whole game, and we're here like twice. Alright then, let's stop the end of the world. Rose, you fool! Stop trying to destroy the planet! This is a perfect example of the anecdote, evil always thinks it's doing good. Game set and match. And there we go, one good Pokemon battle and he's changed his ways. The guy just wants to feel alive again. It's dead funny coming back to facing legendaries like Eternatus, after recently dealing with ones like Ogerpon and Terrapagos. Man just tried throwing a regular Pokeball. I'll give it to him, that is confidence. Oh, it didn't work? Shocker. Genuine chills the first time this happened. Here they come. I'm just going to let this scene play in its entirety because it's so good. Look at them. Okay, now we're jamming. Down it goes. Oh, which ball do I use? Well, Leon tried a Pokeball, which wasn't powerful enough, so I'm going to be way smarter and use a Great Ball. See? And the dogs fly away somehow. And now we're back to normal life. But before that, let's finally evolve Bricky. Magical. One final showdown. This almost doesn't feel that important considering what we just had to face. Let's do this. Oh, this is going to be difficult. I'm actually slightly underleveled. Forks, I'm counting on you a lot here. Shoot. That snipe shot is so deadly. It's not looking great. Yeah, we have actually lost. Okay, I've bumped up the levels. Let's try again. So much better. Honestly, the difference 3 or 4 levels makes, it's mad. Beans is now a Charizard. And the sandstorm takes him out immediately. It's still close. Blackpool finishes the job. You just can't beat the atmosphere of these games though. This felt like a genuinely huge moment. Okay, base game down, but we still have a post-game and DLC, so stay exactly where you are. Let's continue the ride. Sword and Shield returned. This would be a nice bookend if not for what happens next. Oh, here we go. Imagine how powerful Swordwood's hairspray has to be. These two are comically over the top. I love that this whole little arc happens because Hop loses against one of the brothers and doesn't retrieve that second relic. Oh, you've got an assistant. I mean, she looks suspicious right from the off. I'm not a fan of these post-games where we just go around all the gyms again. Granted, this one isn't to do a gym battle, but same thing in concept. Let's montage them. Okay, here's what all that tedium was building up to. They've slammed a bunch of Galar particles into Zacian to try and make it go berserk and prove that it's a false hero. But of course, they are idiots. Yes, Zamazenta. That's my guy. There's that famous 180 turn. Now to catch the boy. Very anticlimactic using a Master Ball, but there we go. I did actually want an extra Zamazenta to use for VGC, so if you see me using one at any point, it's this one. One last battle with Hop to close out this post-game section. He is actually really tough in this final battle. Oh, I didn't put Zamazenta in my team. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Pyro Ball slams us to victory. What was I worried about? This is actually the point that makes Hop a worthwhile character for me. Like, until this point, he seemed a bit pointless as a character. That might be a bit harsh, but this ending, where he chooses to become a research assistant, his entire arc suddenly makes perfect sense. And that's it. The end of the regular game. Isle of Armor, anyone? I historically don't like this DLC, so get ready. I just don't feel anything for the characters here. I think that's a big part of it. It was cool to essentially get a whole new wild area to run around in, though. So the Isle of Armor is basically fetch quests, isn't it? Which is fine as long as there's a story to it, because then you don't even notice that you're doing fetch quests. So, first trial, chase after the Slowpoke. I guess this is a quirky little something we didn't do in the base game. It's too easy to run into Pokemon in this area. I don't know what it is about it. Gotcha. And gotcha. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Gotta get that Kanto nostalgia in there. I'll take Bulbasaur. Probably not going to end up using it, but I'll never turn down a free Bulbasaur. So now we've got to fetch some mushrooms. I've been led here, but aren't the mushrooms in a cave somewhere? There we go. I'm pretty sure it's in that cave over there. This guy's so annoying. Wrecked. Nice. So the final trial is to battle the person I literally just battled 2 minutes ago. Fine, let's do this. I feel like all I've done so far is complain. I am trying to fire through this Isle of Armor part. I'm more of a story DLC guy, what can I say? GG's, that was quite easy to be fair. Here's a bit of positivity. I have grown on Kubfu an incredible amount over the last couple of years. I really disliked it at first. Like, what do you mean this thing is a legendary? But I like this little guy now. Now we've got to go enjoy some views to increase its friendship. I mean, that one's not much of a view. This one's nice. This one's alright. They really could have chosen better views. What is this? Okay, so now we've got to choose a tower. I'm pretty sure I chose Dark during my first playthrough, so we'll go for the same again. Okay, it is a little later now because I had to get Kubfu to level 70 before I can go in here, so I transferred him into Pokemon Violet and used a bunch of XP candies. These repetitive battles really just don't do anything for me. We made it to the top. I do have both Urshifu variants by this point. I just chose the Tower of Darkness to recreate my first playthrough. This final battle is interesting because it's a mirror match, and it's a Pokemon we'd never used before this DLC. Yeah, this DLC kind of gets me on side, very close to the end. Here we go. There he is. Might use him for VGC at some point as well. I completely forgot about this section. I thought we were done. Hop being here feels like when an unneeded sequel is made. Hop's arc closed out really well. I feel like he should be settling in at Sonia's lab at this point, not following us over to the DLC. See, this is kind of the story stuff I want from a DLC that makes fetch quests seem less fetch questy, but this is just so boring. Follow me, Lilligant. Where's it gone? Oh, it's gotten itself stuck over there, for God's sake. Come on. There, sorted. This is the first time I've seen an Applin during this playthrough. Are they just random encounters? Okay, final stop. Vespiquen. Who'd have thought that a bee Pokemon would be the answer to the whole honey quest? Nice. Okay, now I think we're done with the Isle of Armor. One last battle with Mustard, maybe? One last battle with Mustard. Good, the less desirable DLC down. It's Crown Tundra time. This is what I'm talking about. This DLC is so much better. This feels so different now, knowing that this is Penny's relatives. You can tell Penny is the black sheep of the family. Dynamax Adventures. They really struck gold with this idea because people still do them to this day, and likely will do until the servers shut down. Well, that's annoying. Peony is the kind of person who's good in small exposures. You invite him to the barbecue, but you don't want him crashing overnight. Freezington. This is my kind of town. Is it just me though? This doesn't feel like the Galar region anymore. It feels like I'm somewhere else. Yeah, this is my jam. I love anything folk-tale-y. A pillow? It's made of wood. You're a very odd fellow, Peony. The Isle of Armor doesn't hold a candle to this at all. This is night and day for me. Let's stick this crown back on here. See, that horse looks nothing like the two we get. I think there's scope for a third original horse to be added at some point. Such a mysterious little guy. Very quickly became one of my favourite legendary Pokemon. It definitely feels like it should be a mythical though, is it just me? It has the same kind of aura as Mew and Celebi to me. This would have frightened me as a kid. See, this is what I mean. This is kind of fetch questy, but like what we've been asked to do right now, but it's information gathering, so it doesn't feel like it. So we need to plant some seeds. And this is where we have the choice between Glastria or Spectria. Glastria makes more sense with its ice typing, considering the Tundra environment down here. But Spectria looks cooler, so we're going to go with that. Here we go. Doink. He's over there, on his way to terrorize the village. Whoa now. Calm down. There he goes again. So, we need to get some reins to help Calyrex control the steed. It really does scan that the silliest character in the village would be the one who can actually make the reins. Fair play, Peony, fair play. Oh, we get to go all the way to the top. We're just riding up here. I'm noticing this DLC added some really cool Pokemon. I have stuck with the same team all the way through though. Even Beans the Ditto is still with us. Okay, the Crown Shrine. That looks insane. It's like a haunted, abandoned castle or something. I remember this feeling like a big moment here. I think at first I assumed we'd have to try and round up Spectria ourselves or something once we'd load it in. Here he comes. It's all very tense. Whoa, Nelly. He's done it. And Pokemon VGC was never the same again. And after all that, we pop them both into a single Master Ball, and Freezington and the Crown Tundra will never see them again. What a happy ending. The rest of this DLC is literally just running around and catching legendaries, which I'm not going to have a crazy amount to say on them, aside from that the Galarian legendary bird variants are really cool. I might even like them more than the originals. For now, I'm going to say thank you for hanging out as we played through Pokémon Shield. These are quite fun to cut together, and I hope it's kept you company for a little while. Check out the one I did for Pokémon Violet if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments if there's another game you'd like to see me do a full commentary supercut for. Please do drop a like on the video before you go, that'd be a huge help. Thank you so much for watching, I will catch you in the next one.